afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 25th, Tuesday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. When man is born, he is tender and weak. At death, he is hard and stiff. When things and plants are alive, they are soft and supple. When they are dead, they are brittle and dry. Therefore, hardness and stiffness are the companions of death, and softness and gentleness the companions of life. When an army is headstrong, it will lose in battle. When a tree is hard, it will be cut down. The big and strong belong underneath, the gentle and weak belong at the top. Lao Tzu. Today, you're invited to explore an enlightening little experience. Feel, imagine, and believe that for the next few minutes, you have magically transformed into a wildflower. You are a newly sprouting perennial blossom surrounded by a large open field in a safe, clean, green environment, living deep in the protective mountains. Every morning, you have fresh water to drink from the spring and full exposure to the glorious sun. You are a gorgeous wildflower with amazing colors, and your main job in this life is to be wild, beautiful, and absolutely free. This level of freedom is powerful, and it means you'll need to deepen your roots, branch upward against gravity, allow yourself to bud, blossom, and spread your petals as wide as you possibly can to receive all the warm sunshine above. Since your main job in this life is simply to blossom, you might as well enjoy the unique blossoming feeling you receive each day. Don't even think about trying to become more like that huge, magnificent pine tree across the field. Just accept your destiny as being this perfect small green stem in this huge organic field. Now, you may notice at night that the universe is enormous and feel how insignificant, small, and fragile you are. Don't get caught in minimizing yourself. Just focus on your mission to blossom fully and spread your sweet fragrance with a full spectrum of colors out for everyone to enjoy. All of us can enjoy this life, for we are here to experience it all. Our destiny is to experience everything, the totality of this existence, and learn how to welcome all life with open petals. Your petals are naturally receive any light or darkness that is given. When it's sunny, just allow the warm, nourishing rays to reach deep into your core and enter the stem of your tender heart. You must trust the light that is coming into you, as well as the cool, wet nutrients soak into your roots. Allow for both light and dark, and they will provide you with the most healing, nourishing, grounded stability. This is why the caribou and the wolf are one. For the caribou feeds the wolf, but it is the wolf that keeps the caribou strong. Charlie Mott. It's good to know your real vitality and strength comes from living as close to your mother, nature, as you possibly can. She will provide all your needs and teach you how to be soft and healthy, yet resilient and strong. Do your best to keep your petals up whenever her dark clouds, persistent winds, or cold hail may beat you down in mid-spring. Just relax and remain deeply rooted in your soil when times are tough. Feel your sweet, deep mother is always there supporting your life. Her dark, rich soil is your home, and this is where you came from, and this is where you will return one day again in the future. You may find during the short course of your life, your great mother may bring harsher environmental elements to challenge you. Know that she is trying to stir up your soil so that your roots reach deeper into her secure earth. And she might cause a tornado or a great thunderstorm to pass through, and it could threaten to uproot your entire life. Don't take her high-pressure winds or dark clouds too personally. She is just reminding you to remain humble, to know your smallness is in this vast universe, so you can have even more appreciation and perspective on this life. All her soft and hard elements are gifts to balance out your sense of self. This is why you don't get too high on yourself or too low. When you're in the middle, it's much easier to feel one with your mother and see how her entire universe was never separate from you, yet the most important part of you. Other flowers often say it's good practice to not take this short life too seriously or too personally. Just know that whenever your mother was harsh with you, she was only fiercely loving you, trying to make you stronger. Just welcome all of her challenges and know they are the essential nutrients needed for you to blossom fully and bear new seeds. It's an amazing skill to learn how to survive under 3 feet of heavy snow. All those heavy times will only make you smile when the light, warm, sunny days happen to arrive. I will tell you, this is yet, there will come a day that you'll get to experience what it's like to die. It is 100% certain that all will end one perfect day. The end may come suddenly or gradually. You might be chomped by a hungry rabbit, stomped by a passing deer, or gradually wither away if the wet clouds never come and the rivers dry up. Expect the unexpected, or don't expect. Don't get too worried about any details in this short little life. It is only meant to be a temporary and very adventurous ride. Your wild, free spirit will live on and on forever. So there is no need to be afraid of anything. You can stop trying to close your petals and protect yourself if a bear, bunny, or cloud passes by. Just enjoy living in the wilderness. This one life contains the best of times and the worst of times. So enjoy it all as best you can. You will survive those dark, empty nights. Just trust that the warm sunshine will arrive when dawn breaks. They say by allowing for every succulent, dark, and light experience to be a part of you, the richest and sweetest fragrance is cultivated within. If you should ever get depressed about your fate, just remember that Mother Nature is always here, loving you. She gave you life, and through the earth, wind, sun, and rain, she is confirming that she still cares deeply for you. Every morning that she shines her loving light on you, She is wanting you to relax into your roots and know that all is well. You are not some unwanted weed. You are a highly loved, deeply cherished, and a totally wild flower. You must realize how extremely special and unique you are. There is no other flowering in the universe exactly like you. Every moment is deeply precious, little wild one. So be thankful for what you have and don't have. If you cling too tightly onto anything, you will not enjoy being here. Simply feel into what is hidden deeper within you, at the very center of your stem, at the source of your life. It holds an experience of irrational joy, unfathomable happiness, deep eternal love, and an eternal energy that is independent of any outer cause. This means no change in the weather can affect it. Lastly, please remember that you are a very spiritual wildflower. This great journey into the long winter ahead can inspire you to find your soul's highest mission and path. Try rooting yourself with everything you've got inside yourself, just so you can blossom fully. You will do well. Your spiritual essence is always here, always flowing, and always available for you. You are forever tapped into the eternal spring of life and always in connection with nature. This is the great spiritual mystery, and you will find all your answers simply by being the amazing wildflower that you already are. The more creative you become, the more godly you become. When your creativity comes to a climax, when each moment of your life is filled with creativity, you live in God. Osho. The greatest shift that any human being can have in this lifetime is the experience of full self-realization. What is it? What is self-realization? There are many definitions which point to it. Yet ultimately, it is a fancy word for realizing that the unlimited, all-powerful, omniscient self, who you truly are, this means we must go beyond every idea, concept, and boundary which we've defined ourselves to be, especially in these times, especially with the transition of this planet into civilization. Self-realization is an endless journey where we not only realize that we are beyond this physical form all day long, we are beyond this physical form all day long. Yet we have a direct experience of it with everything and everyone. We feel and sense a reverence for the spiritual beings that we all truly are. That is not separate from this world around us. It is the most profound awakening process any of us can ever have, which expands within our every moment of the day, becoming an integrated aspect of everyday life. There really is no deeper transformation in consciousness than that any human being can have than becoming self-realized. The change in perspective is so completely radical and utterly life-morphing that nothing else can compare. Take the most profound experience of your life and then stretch it so it continuously grows and expands 24 hours a day. This is a taste of what self-realization is like. Your entire experience of reality is so different. It's as if you had been an Eskimo living for 70 years in the Arctic Circle, and then one day you decided to pack your bags and permanently move to Hawaii. The reason why it is so important to understand how ridiculously different the experience of self-realization is because it helps the mind drop any possible attempts to formulate a hardened concept about it. What it actually is cannot be grasped by the mind. The more the mind tries to think that it knows what self-realization is, the further you drift away from the experience of it. Remember that. The more the mind tries to think that it knows what self-realization is, the further you will drift away from the experience of it. There is no mental concept in this universe that can prepare any of us for self-realization other than a perpetual willingness to surrender into the mystery and curiosity of it. We would all like a formula for a way to live life that is more enlightened and liberating. The challenge is, or if you wish the problem, is that every formula that works once is not going to work forever. All formulas last for a limited period of time, and then we outgrow them. This is because the nature of our consciousness is meant to expand, become more flexible and diversified. It is only through absolute surrender to the infinite universe can self-realization be invoked and gifted to you. This level of surrender means we are all inviting in the feeling that anything is possible, which means we must choose to let go of just about everything we've known to be true. We must choose to let go of everything that we have known to be true. It's not easy to let go of our beliefs, yet it is the only way we will ever find the experience of being truly free. To identify oneself with the body and yet to seek happiness is like attempting to cross a river on the back of an alligator. Ramana Maharshi. To begin this seemingly impossible spiritual quest for freedom, all begins with inquiring into the source and center of who and what we all actually are. When we relax, meditate, and dive into the center of you, there you will first find the mind and its stories about you. The infinite experience of you is behind these thoughts. It comes from diving into the center of your presence, your essence, and there you can go into it for infinity. There is always another experience within the center of each experience. Eventually, this is how we become centered within our spiritual essence. In this life, it is always the most random, expansive feelings which redirect our attention away from who we think we are and towards rediscovering our unlimited created source of consciousness. If you notice, whenever you talk about yourself, you usually refer to the words me, my, or I. When you feel into the experience of me, my, or I, what do you notice and perceive is there. Look for a long period of time. You must be infinitely patient with this inquiry because it is the first step towards uncovering the real you. And it is vastly deep and transforming. The longer that you can maintain a focus of inquiring who or what I am, the faster you will realize the shocking truth of who and what you actually are. Imagine that who you are is contained within a small dot inside the circle. All right? So you have a circle. You put a small dot. The dot is the self you believe you are. This means everything which you have identified with that can be written down on paper. Your name, friends, job, your gifts, your physical appearance, your attitude, personality, and the way others see you is all part of your identity. Now, the dot represents your mind with all the information stored inside it, as well as your emotions, memories, beliefs, and every piece of good and bad information inside your physical body. Everything you know to be true, you about your reality is contained within a tiny dot. The circle around the dot represents everything in our future we have yet to see, experience, know, and learn. It contains our intuitive higher self that says who and what we are includes the ego, mind, body, yet also welcomes everything beyond it as well. Meaning, you could find yourself knowing who you are is not just your body, yet anything around you. It's actually everything. You could feel yourself to be free. Tree, animal, plant, person, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets. You could extend your idea of yourself into anything and everything in this entire universe. The circle represents every piece of information you don't know is on Google, as well as in all the buried ancient history books and Akashic records throughout time. Now, if you look closely at the circle, you'll see there is an outer circumference where the black edge meets the pure white background. This white background can expand into infinity. This edge represents the edge of the unknown and is where the experience of self-realization is found. We must choose not only to let go of identifying ourselves as a body-mind, yet also be continuously expanding our sphere of what we know is the unknown and surrender to the unknowable. Now, you can call this infinite white expansive space God, love, consciousness, source, or any word that works for you. However, the truth is that there is no word large enough to describe this boundaryless container which allows for everything in the universe to play upon it. This is the great mystery of this life, which every mad scientist fights with to understand. Yet the mind will always be too small of a container to get it, to fully experience and realize who and what we actually are. We must release anything that can be known with the mind and surrender into the infinite mystery behind it all. It is in this direct relaxation into our foundation that we find our spiritual connection and our boundless infinite potentiality. We instantly realize that we are a spirit being who is beyond this body, beyond this time, beyond all time, beyond all places, shapes, and forms. When you judge another, you do not define them. You define yourself. When you judge another, you do not define them. You define yourself. Wayne Dyer. By living everyday life on this outer edge of infinite possibilities, we become rooted in the deepest truth of who we truly are. We experienced enlightened relationships with everyone in our lives because we see they are also a part of the mystery living in this great unknown. We then become this ever-growing expansion of godly experience that is always increasing in love, joy, and curiosity. When we find this infinity within us, where all thoughts and forms abide in, we can rest in a state of pure consciousness. It is from this resting within the core of our real self where we can effortlessly allow everything to be in perfect order. Seeing the divine is orchestrating the universe to blossom exactly the way it needs to. And the experience of self-realization can come and go in an instant. We don't need to meditate for 40 years to get it. It all begins with the choice in each moment to let this go of any identification we have with this body-mind and exchange it for a more expansive experience of life, this life. So it's partly pure intention and part total surrender. We must choose to go from thinking we are a limited human being with many problems of this world to knowing we are on a great spiritual journey through an unlimited life. This leap requires absolute risk and trust, as the nature of the mind, ego, identity is to try to cling to the old. It wants to find security in that which does not change. Yet, everything of this world changes. The only thing that does not change is the infinite background. And the only way to real freedom in this life is through changing our perspective. When we can shift from thinking, I live in the body, to the body lives in me. Our reference point to me, myself, and I is expanded. We are no longer imprisoned to just the body and mind. We realize we are the unknowable. The identification with who we are is then found in everything. We experience this life beyond the known and unknown circles of information we think are there. Self-realization is huge. However, it is not too huge to experience it in our daily lives. For it to root and be real, we must be willing to practice integrating this expansive perspective on a physical level. We must find complete relaxation with all the feelings, memories, ideas of who we were, who we are now, and everything that we will become. It is through the deepest acceptance of our small self that we can expand into our unlimited self. We are forever going to be this tiny dot that is also expanding in the infinite universe that exists around us. This is life. We have no other choice yet to accept it and relax into the unconditionally, deeply loving and accepting divine blackboard that is behind it all. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore under a guide. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax our bodies. Now, a lot of people think that, well, I'll do this, or I'll inject this, or I'll do that, and I'll relax my body. But the interesting thing about that is, it's artificial. You, all of us, are masters of these bodies. You're the universe, and the body is in you. Figure that out. You're the universe, and the body is in you. Everything is in you. Everything there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever is in you. So wouldn't you think that the body is very easy for us to relax? Dropping everything that we know, everything that we believe, in that moment of relaxation. No connection, no expectations, no attachments, no wandering, no pushing, no forcing, no hurrying, no fear, no anger, no hatred, no anxiety, no stress, no envy, no greed, just total relaxation. And how do you know? Because you float. It feels like your body's just floating. That you aren't bound. And once you accomplish this, once you've been able to relax that body, and you move into the now. And the now is truly all we've ever had. The now stills the mind, stills the ego, stills the subconscious mind. How does it do that? Because you're not in the body. You never have been in the body. The body is in you. So in a way, we carry our bodies into the now. And we watch. We watch the ego mind, the subconscious mind. We watch how they operate. How they're constantly wanting. Never ends. Never ends. This is why, in the now, we are in the heart mind. In the now, we stay in the heart. Not the head, the heart. The heart masters the head. You don't care to have the head master the heart. That's where suffering is prevalent. Now, we all have, memories. We all have, we reminisce on those memories. It's fun, isn't it? Well, we've got these exciting times. It could be years ago. Oh, God, I remember this, I remember that. Nostalgia, memories. They're good in this life. They're fun. Not all of them are great memories. I mean, some of the experiences that we've all had. But for the most part, they're fun. But we don't live we don't live in them all the time. We visit them and then we move on. And some of us, though, we will go into the past, which is absolutely deader than a doornail. It doesn't have any meaning at all. It's all gone. To me, it reminds me of an elephant graveyard where there's just no wind, no, it's just still. And it's foggy. And it's dank, and you've got all of these carcasses and bones and hides. But a lot of us will visit that, but not stay there. Some of us will stay there. And I don't think we know it consciously. that we drag that past into a future that doesn't exist. We create the future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. That's why so many people say to themselves, no matter what I do, it seems like I always end up here. That's why. Some of us go into a future that doesn't exist because we're constantly wondering, wandering. When is this going to happen? Why hasn't this happened? I don't understand why this keeps happening. When am I going to have this? When am I going to get this? What will it be like when it's this? And all along, the now is all we have. And it seems like a lot of us just jump over the now. But those of us who choose consciously to be in the now, the space between heartbeats, the moment to moment, whatever you're doing, moment to moment. Now, doesn't that sound a lot simpler and smoother and less constrictive? Key is how do we stay in the now? Because we have all these thoughts, like all these clouds passing in the sky. We grab onto one, we don't know it, and it just carries us off. You ever done that? You ever been focusing on something, and then all of a sudden you find yourself somewhere else? Even though you're still working on with whatever, there is a way, and that's our breath. Our breath is divine positive energy. The soul powers the body. The body then generates the breath to sustain the body and support the soul. So whenever, you find yourself wandering around with all these thoughts that aren't yours, you say, it's real simple. I'll just focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. And you'll be in the now 3,000% of the time every time you focus on your breath. I don't care if you're lying in bed, getting ready to go to sleep, and your mind is going 4,000 split seconds with thousands of thoughts, and you're everywhere, bouncing off here and there. All you got to do, focus on your breath, divine positive energy, and you will be in the now. And you will still that chatter, that mind chatter, that noise. So, focus on your breath, you'll be in the now. And that's where we care to be anyway, in the now. Because when we still the mind and the ego and we're not participating in them, we can master them. We can truly master them. I'm not saying overnight, but there is always a start point. Now these bodies, heart mind, ego mind, subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, is all one. And we, all of us, are heaven on this earth. Soul's the heaven, body's the earth. And every step we take, whether we're consciously aware or not, we're creating paradise. It's what your mind dictates to you that you see. It has a lot to do with your frequency. So picture that, see it, feel it through the heart mind. Every step you're taking on this planet, you're creating paradise. And not only that, you're shining your God love your God, love, force, light, energy, you, 360 degrees, 24/7, on everything. Saturating everything, head to toe, inside and out. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. All your brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out. Whether they're awake or asleep, doesn't matter. We're flooding everything, all of us. We're creating a God planet. Nearly 8 billion of us. And that planet glows. And that planet is a pristine paradise. No pollution. No degradation of nature. No destruction of soil, water, air. Pristine. Beautiful. Because it's us, and it is. We are it. It is us. Does it make sense to defile ourselves? This planet will get to a vibrational frequency where it will glow. And we're all consciously aware, or we wouldn't be here, that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're part of the collective consciousness. We're part of the God, pure consciousness. And we reach out to parts of ourselves that are awake, that are consciously aware. Now, reaching out to those that are asleep, they're not going to hear us. Not yet. So you have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. Archangels, part of us, we're part of them. They're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we meet them. And when we meet them, it's not like it dawns on us in the middle of the meeting, hey, you're an angel, good to see you. It's usually afterwards it dawns on us that was an angel. And they deliver the same message, but in many different ways. And the message is, isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And it is. They're just there to remind us on occasion. They can surround us in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they house a large number in a small area. Ascended masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. But only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming of this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. They come in the billions, and they're with us now, consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, they come in the Gogaplexes. One Gogaplex fills this entire universe without any sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gogaplexes from trillions of universes. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones we're somewhat familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, the Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in massive numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form the circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which we've never seen before. As a matter of fact, with the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this liberation. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Fairies, sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, trolls, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now, consciously. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-negativity, non-ego, non-judgment, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance, and we're all one, and we're all love, and we're all God, And our God, force, love, light, energy, is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We all immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This circle of light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every single one of us. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns alone to even come close to its light. And we are flooding this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, right now with this pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. All of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, all life, the highest supreme value in the universes, non-stop, unending, lifting vibrational frequencies higher and higher, transforming, shifting, changing everything. We begin to ascend above this planet, and as we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's flashing everywhere. It's sending trillions of vibrant color light flashes back and forth amongst all of us gathered in this meditation. Hundreds of millions of us on and off world. It's like one of those ballroom mirrored balls, but 1 trillion times bigger. And it's flashing everywhere. We notice that these little mirrors that we can go into, we discover that we're all teachers and students. So we're all learning from each other, teaching each other non-stop forever. So parts of us are teachers, parts of us are students, parts of us are both. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely spectacular. How could you ever think you're alone? We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with a white fire. This is a column of light that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor. Not like a knight armor. This emanates from the gods within each and every one of us. This is pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. You cannot be demonized. You cannot have attachments. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies can come near, even close to you. This armor is our God, the God that we are. The body is within the God. Interesting. That's part of our discovery. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, anger, deceit, deception, manipulation, greed, envy, hurriedness, anxiety, fear, stress, worry, you'll lower your frequencies low enough, create a breach in their white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness, where they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high of deep eternal peace, deep eternal love and gratitude, sealing the breach in our white fire armor. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sky, the clouds. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the animals, the trees, the forests, the soil. We're everything. And everything is us. So the next time that you view a sunset or a sunrise or a starry lit night sky, it is you. You're the beauty. You're the divineness. You're the perfection. You're everything. We continue to levitate above this planet, and as we do, we're met with this massive crystalline light tower. And some of us decide to step outside our physical forms, if we're carrying physical forms, and float effortlessly above our physical form. And why? Because we can. Now, this crystalline light tower that we've created, larger than the solar system, in the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light surrounded by numerous rings of multicolored light, and they're all literally saturating us head to toe inside now. And the golden white ball is pure, deep, eternal love. And then comes pure, deep, eternal gratitude, pure, deep, eternal peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, massive wealth, prosperity, abundance, well-being beyond understanding. All of this, saturating all of us, is us and the gods that we are. Now, at the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, saturating and flooding all of us. When I think about that, all this love, this deep eternal love and gratitude and peace and joy and prosperity, I mean, it's endless. And it's all us. It's all of us gods flooding each other, reminding us of who we really are. Not the body. This planet cannot not be liberated. It is already being liberated. The higher frequencies are already here. We've created all of this through our consciousness and awareness. Now, we are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds over 1,400 of our meditations in perpetual motion. 1,400 every day for over 3 years. All of us, as the gods that we are, as the deep eternal love and gratitude that we are, and peace. This fear is flooding this planet and all of us. Because it is us and we are it. The God is us and we are the God. That's why this fear can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify. This is why it continues to expand. We are all the pulsing heart of the emptiness, the mountain strength of the vastness. We are everything. And everything is us. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Remember that there are no mistakes anywhere at any time, and what appears to be wrong is simply our own false imagination. Only you can say where the road goes. Everyone sets his or her goals for the hour, for the relationship, and for every phase of life. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here Wednesday, May 26, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call and our Time for Change call at 9 p.m. Wednesday night, and our reverse aging call at 9 p.m.